My name is Cheri. Welcome to my stamp studio. So I'm going to do a real quick card for you today. It's in between my camps. So I had a camp this morning and then I have an early evening camp. It had to get moved up because of curfew because you know it's 2020 and we just want to see how many weird things we can throw into a week. So in order for the ladies to get home before Indianapolis has a curfew, I have to move my camp up. So I'm going to do a real quick card and I'm not going to do any of the show you anything because I was going to show you the card that I made yesterday. And I will tell you that if you missed I did 2 videos yesterday. One is an unboxing. So I showed you all of the new stuff that I got. I've already placed a second order in my first order. And I'm getting ready to place another one so I can get all of the free stuff that all of you guys wanted and then the stuff that they've ordered at camp today. But we did an unboxing, and then my daughter and I did a second video where I did a camo card and she did a card with the hippos. So both of those are on my YouTube channel. You can check those out. And then if you're watching on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday of the weekend I posted this, I do have some weekend specials. So I'll have a June special all month long, but the weekend special is fun. You'll get a refill if you want to get the new seal. This is the Seal Plus I'm going to use. And then some gems. So you can hop over to my Facebook or to my website. I'll try to get it posted on there. If you got my email, then you got the email. So make sure you're on my email list because then you get all of this stuff ahead of time. So I'm going to make a card that they actually made at camp today. And they're going to make it again tonight. Way to goat. Love this stamp set. And they liked the card. It goes together super fast. So I've got some vanilla cardstock, a piece of our Tasteful Textures cardstock. So we have the really pretty marble. Obviously for the goat card, we're going to use the fence post and then a piece of shimmer white. So we're going to use a couple of the new products. We are going to use the Seal Plus, which they also used at camp today. And we are going to use the Waterpainters, which I could not wait to get my hands on because I'm a huge fan of the Aquapainters. And so the Waterpainters are cheaper than the Aquapainters were, and you get 3 of them, and they also come in this nice little case that keeps them together. So we are going to use on this card the finest tip, and then there's a medium tip, and then I can't wait to use this one because this will make some nice watercolor wash backgrounds so you can see how big this tip is. So you get 3 tips now instead of the medium. And well, you know, the Aquapainters kind of had a large and a larger. This has a small, a medium, and then a fat one, and then it has this nice case, which is always nice to keep your things together. So let's stamp all of our pieces. I'm just going to use Memento. My hands are a little dry, and because after every project I sterilized everything with some Clorox wipes, and so I have a little bit inky fingers, and it took some of my nail polish off. But because I have to do it again tonight, I decided to just, you know, your nails and your hands are what they are during a pandemic. So we're going to stamp this fun little goat here. And then I'm going to take the saying that says, "Happy birthday, you old goat." Because I'm sure we all know somebody that could get this. I'll put it right down here on this part of the card. And then there's a fun little tin can. Put it here. And then there's kind of like grass or ground. And it's a nice light kind of. I'm going to flip it around so it doesn't look like I'm just doing the same thing over and over, even though that is what I'm doing. Just to give us some ground here. I'm going to take it over to the little goat guy. So she's not floating in air, or him or her. There is definitely a girl goat in here because she's got daisies. I guess it could be a guy goat given the daisies to it. And then for the inside, it says, "I got you a cake." I'm gonna put that up here. And then it says, "But I ate it." Because you know it's from a goat. From a goat to a goat. So it says, "I got you a cake, but I ate it." And I'm going to go ahead and add the tin can over here again with the "but I ate it." And then I'm going to take my little ground, just so this isn't floating. and just add it. So now we have a fun little inside to our card. And let's use our water painter. Gotta make sure all this stuff gets carried back down to camp land when I'm done. So I've just got a few colors, not hardly any colors, and then one of our blocks. So I've got balmy blue, and just pull the brush tip, and you just need a tiny bit. And then I have some garden green. This is a great method for coloring for those of you that are newer to stamping and don't have a ton of stuff. And this is smoky slate. A little bit more of that. And then this is basic gray. I'm just like a kid. Half the time I open the wrong side, more than half the time, like when they put their shoes on the wrong feet. That's not supposed to be in there. Somebody from camp left that. Okay, and so now I'm gonna take my water painter. And you just wanna make sure that it's got some water coming out because you don't need a ton. You just need a tiny little bit. So I'm gonna start with my grays because they're the lightest. I'm gonna start with the smoky slate. And I want it to really look like he has hair. So I'm gonna wisp it on here, just like it's his goat fur. It's not fur, what is it? Goat coat. So literally just wisping it on. And you can squeeze this, push it, you just unscrew it. It does unscrew opposite, because at first I thought, why can't I get this unscrewed? But it does unscrew counterclockwise, and then, or at least opposite of what you think. So the first time, if you're thinking, I can't get this unscrewed, then try it the opposite direction and you'll be good. It's a much lighter look than if you would color straight with markers, because that was going to be super dark. So now we've got our smoky slate, and I've just added like wisps of sheepskin, goat skin, fur all around. I'm going to take my smoky slate and kind of highlight like under his face, because I want him to be white. But this will just make his little head stand out. And I don't want it to be a line, so just kind of blend it in. And this is why I'm using shimmery white, because if you did it on the vanilla, it would start to pill when you messed with it. And now his little eyelids. And again, you don't want to color it all solid color, leaving a tiny bit of white in there. Makes it look like you knew what you were doing, even if you don't. And I'm going to get his little feet. Just ever so careful. And then his little horns are, I'm going to do every other one because they've kind of got a stripe on them. And then just kind of clean this off inside there. So super cute. Then I'm just going to take some of my balmy blue. Make his eyes be blue, and then the can lid, or the can label, is going to be blue. Should have done my can when I had that on there. And then I'm going to just grab my green. And I don't want it to look like super grassy. So not everywhere is going to have green on it. Just a hint. I want the overall feel of this card to be a white neutral color. So just ever so slightly adding this color of green in. Wipe that off so I can go back and color my can. Get a little bit of the dark. And you get the one on the inside. Grab the green. There we go. Now I'm going to cut him out with the die from the Hippos, which is the one I said that my daughter used yesterday. She made a whole card with the Hippo dies. And the Hippo dies from that set are much more labels. Like there's just a couple of them that actually cut out if I had more time, I would show you all of them, but I want to get this done so I can get it edited and posted before camp starts again. But there's a lot of them are nested labels, a lot of them. There's some really fun shapes, and this is one of them. It just takes one pass through, fits this little shape perfect. And it's a stitched, double stitched. So this one goes through, and she did hers on the fabulous new glimmer paper. It's a rainbow glimmer. So you can see one pass, and it does the stitch on both sides. So if you wanted to use this as a frame for another piece, you could. And now we just have to stick it together. So I'm going to use the Seal Plus. At the end of our video where we both did a card, which is on YouTube, we did a whole comparison where we used both the seal and the snail and the Seal Plus and the fuse. And we taped things, we lifted them off, we compared the size. So if you want to see that, you can just fast forward all the way to the end. You can see it's ergonomically correct. It comes in this storage bag. So there's no using it upside down. You don't have to lift, which I still do just out of habit because I like the fuse. And then this is just cut, the fence paper is cut 5.5. So I do want to make sure that I get it on here, the edge. So we taped things together, we ripped them off, we pulled on it to see just how they held. And the reason I chose Seal Plus for this card is because I'm gonna add some of our twine. And the Seal Plus is always great, as is fuse. So this is a fuse replacement for holding ribbon. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put all of it on here now. And then you can get the refills, and again, they just pop out like the other ones do. The lid, I keep it in the bag, and then when I'm done, I can just put it back in here and have it in the bag. That way, if you're going to camps or shoebox swaps, or you take your seal with you anywhere, keep your bag. You can write your name on your bag and then just have a little piece of washi tape or something on your actual seal, and you don't have to have your name written on it. So which side is this way? So just grab your linen thread. I just want it kind of messy because, you know, it's a goat, it's a farmyard. So I just want some of it. And this is super, super sticky. So you can see it's going to hold that on there really well. Just let that flip out. Just make sure it grabs somewhere in there. And then one more piece. If I wasn't going to have any ribbon holding it, I would have gone with just the seal. But anytime that you're going to have it hold something besides the paper, then choose the Seal Plus. Or if you're doing a home decor project or something. But now that's going to keep that all sealed in there. How cute is that? So super simple. Here's my other one. A little bit darker of the piece of paper. Put my twine on the opposite way. And then you have your cute little inside. So it's a really inexpensive set. It's not part of any bundle. I could get a little bit more seal here. I lift it up. It's bothering me that it's floating in the air. But you can see it works super well. There we go. But you'll love this set. So, and everybody at camp loved it. It's a cute little thing. It has one that says "You're the goat, greatest of all time," and then I used white a goat, and then it's got a dancing goat and the goat giving the flower, and then we used all the rest of them. But it's a fun little set. It's, you know, I'm sure that you don't have a little dancing goat set yet in your collection. So it's always fun to have something new. So there's what I have. Remember, if you still need to place your first order and you missed the catalog debut order, I have a new host code. So make sure you use the new host code because the old one doesn't work, because the one I had for catalog kickoff day has now expired. But I have good specials coming up. You get a refill for your seal. So make sure you buy this if your order is of a certain amount. And you also get some butterfly gems. So those are all free, as well as your thank you card. So run over to my website and check it out. And those all expire on Sunday of this week. So there'll be other specials going on this month as well. But that's what I have for you now. And now I'm back off to set up camp. I'm hoping that over the weekend I can get another project or two up for you. But you know, it's the weekend and it's summer and we have a pool. So we'll see how the weather does. So everybody have a great day. Bye.